would never let a woman kick my ass. If she tried anything, I'd be like, hey, you get your bitch ass back in the kitchen and make me some pie.
You've probably already heard of the hit show South Park by now, and if you haven't, you suck, I guess. I don't know. Well, in case you live under a rock, South Park is an adult comedy that aired in 1997 that follows Stan, Kyle, Eric, and Kenny, a group of fourth grade boys who live in the redneck town of South Park, Colorado. The show has been known for its crude humor and its satirical takes on current trends, celebrities, and political topics. They are currently on their 28th season, and they are now finally addressing their thoughts on President Donald Trump, a topic they have avoided for many years. However, people who are new to the history of South Park worry that the show will be taken down for its criticisms or that the creators of the show, Matt Stone and Trey Parker, will be sued by Trump. Given the Trump administration's current behavior of suing corporations and canceling shows that dare to paint him in a bad light, these concerns are warranted. So the question is, how is South Park able to say what they want without facing a shutdown pressured by the Trump administration? To understand where these concerns are coming from, we must first look at some recent examples of Trump infringing on the First Amendment right to freedom of speech. One example of this took place on July 17th earlier this year, when CBS announced that the Stephen Colbert show would be canceled. Many believe that Trump had an influence on its shutdown. The Free Speech Project of Georgetown University, a student-run initiative dedicated to educate and update the public on the current state of the First Amendment right, explains how Colbert criticized Paramount for settling a multi-million-dollar lawsuit with President Trump. Many speculate that Colbert's cancellation was a condition of the merger, given both Trump's legal settlement with Paramount and his dislike for Colbert. With these factors in mind, it makes sense why many believe Trump's actions indicate a want to shut down anyone who opposes him or his right-wing beliefs. However, despite many beliefs that the motivations behind this decision were political, CBS claims that this is a purely financial decision. As you might recall, I previously mentioned a merger between Skydance and Paramount that was criticized by Colbert. Well, this merger needed the Trump administration's approval, but at the same time, Trump filed a lawsuit against Paramount for their 60 Minutes interview segment with Kamala Harris. So the belief is that Paramount settled out of the court with the president in order to get their merger approved. So now that we've established the influence Trump has over what media corporations can say about him, where does South Park come into this? In the first episode of the season, the plot involves Trump suing the town of South Park. When Jesus comes to visit the town during a 60-minute news segment, he says this.
You guys saw what happened to CBS? Yeah, well, guess who owns CBS? Paramount. You really want to end up like Colbert? Someone has the power of the presidency and also has the power to sue and take bribes, then he can do anything to anyone!
Now the question is, how is South Park able to say these things without facing their show being canceled? In an interview done by the First Amendment Watch at NYU with media law attorney and professor David Krasanik, he explains the protection that parody has in a legal setting. The reason that parody is protected is largely due to the fact that it is understood by the reader to not be an assertion of fact, but to be an expression of humor and insult. In all states, you can only sue for false factual assertion. You cannot sue for opinion. A lot of Americans, including myself, are scared for the future under the Trump administration. With all the negligent and downright disgusting decisions and policies Trump is bringing forth, speaking out against it is the most important thing right now. If we're trying to make America great again, is silencing those who oppose you really the way to do it? Doesn't preventing the discussion of differing perspectives stop compassion from forming in communities? Wouldn't that be crucial in building a great America? This is part of what makes shows like South Park so necessary, because it shows the importance of speaking out on your beliefs and criticizing those in power. It serves as a reminder to all of us that there's a way to protect your freedom of speech, and that is to use it. So get out there and bully your politicians. In doing so, you are protecting your right to freedom of speech.